The Kawasaki ZH2, everybody. Welcome back to another video on this awesome motorcycle. I absolutely love this bike. So, I tend to prefer riding my bikes during the day. But here in the UK and other parts of the Northern Hemisphere, during the winter months, you're not going to get as much daylight to ride. You're going to be finding yourself riding a lot at night. But is it more dangerous to be riding your motorcycles at night as opposed to riding during the day? Well, let's jump on and let's find out. The ZH2 here is in a bit of a precarious position. So gotta be careful getting on and off on this. I mean, the grass isn't so soft, the soil isn't so soft, but still, yeah, you gotta be careful if you're gonna park your bike on mud. But yeah, you guys, this is something actually that I've never really thought about. Because, I mean, the thing is, if you're gonna travel somewhere and all you've got is a motorcycle to get you around, then it doesn't really matter, does it? If you're going to be riding during the day or riding during the night, you're just going to ride as and when you need to. But I don't know, it did kind of crop up in conversation recently that I was having with somebody at work, and it did make me think, actually, there could be some pretty significant differences between riding during the day and riding during the night. And this is especially important to newer riders. I mean, for someone like me who's been riding for, nearly 2 decades now, it's not really something that I think about anymore. But at the same time, I'm trying to think back, like when I was younger, when I was first learning to ride motorcycles, whether I felt any differently riding during the night as opposed to riding during the day. I mean, we'll get to a little bit later on, kind of like the times of day or night that I don't like riding in. But oh wow, look, it's a hare! It's a hare! Oh, that's incredible! What an awesome thing to find. There's so much around here, you guys, like birds and all sorts. God, lovely. I love the spring. No, we're not quite there yet, technically. I think we've got another, at the time of filming, I think we've got another week or 2 weeks left to go before we're officially in spring. But yeah, what an amazing thing to witness. All the animals just running about in such a quiet little area. Lovely. So okay, let's see if I can answer this question. So riding during the day, I'll tell you what, actually riding right now is actually quite hard. That sun is that dusky sun is quite blinding. But anyway, I've got my visor in such a way that it's I've got a little bit of better vision now. But because this is actually one of the times of day that I don't prefer riding in dusky conditions, especially certain times of year where the sun, it really goes into your eyes, it really blinds you. So it can be quite difficult. And even though I've got this tinted visor and I've got this kind of like sun visor, I suppose, it's not actually that effective at blocking the sunlight in at this sort of time of day. But yeah, riding during the night is you have got to have your wits about you, I think, a little bit more riding during the nighttime than you would during the day, in my experience. So things like visibility is going to be less for you in terms of other drivers, other road users seeing you, so you're going to be less visible, or it's going to be harder for other road users to see you, and also it's going to be harder for you to see other things on the road. One of the things that motorcycles do tend to lack is some decent lights. Cars, of course, they tend to have more space for light, so illuminating the road ahead of you is usually better in a car than it would be on a motorcycle. That is changing though. On a lot of modern bikes, especially with LED lights, they're very, very good at illuminating dark roads where there isn't any street lamps or anything like that. So it is changing, but older motorcycles with halogen bulbs, it's not quite as good, not quite as effective. So depending on where you're riding, then yes, certainly it can be more dangerous, because your vision is going to be, well, not impaired, but you know what I mean. It's going to be harder to see things coming. So yeah, I think during the night that's certainly something to consider, but for the most part actually it's it's going to be about the same, really. I honestly don't think it's going to be too different. I suppose during the winter months you could fall victim to black ice a little bit easier than you would do normally during the day, because it'll be reflective, whereas during the night you might not see the reflection quite as easily. Again, depends on the lighting. So there are certain elements of night riding that can be a little bit more precarious. Things like wildlife, foxes, nocturnal animals, things like that are most active during the evenings. If you're riding on a quiet road and you're riding fairly quickly, then yeah, something like a fox jumping out, or a badger jumping out at you, or even like something silly like a hedgehog jumping out at you can be quite it can be quite unexpected. So little things like that you will have to watch out for, no doubt. But honestly, weather conditions play more of a role in how safe or dangerous it is to ride your motorcycles, you know. Like if it's fairly wet, then you are going to have to adjust your braking distances, your lean angles, things like that are going to have to adjust. Not to mention during the winter months as well, that's obvious. Perfect riding conditions like this, where the roads are really dry. It is fairly cold today actually, but the roads are totally dry, and yeah. Oh, there's a lake. Blimey. I wonder what lake that is. I found some pretty interesting places today. Awesome. Love it. I love exploring on a motorcycle. It's so fun, so fascinating. The little areas that you see in the pursuit of a new riding route, you know. But yeah, so yeah, to be honest with you, for the most part, riding between the day and the night isn't too different. The main thing is going to be visibility. Things are going to be much easier to see during the day than they are going to be during the night time. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, I do find myself riding a little bit slower during the night, just so I have a little bit more time to react. I think I don't tend to do wheelies or anything like that, or try to do wheelies during the night, again, just because I find it a little bit, I don't know, it's a little bit scarier doing those kinds of things in the night than it is during the day. It just feels like you have a lot more room, a lot more space. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but yeah, I do tend to change my riding habits ever so slightly during the night time if I'm night riding. Unfortunately, I can't really film at night because these GoPros, that their sensors are far too small to capture anything meaningful in the night. I mean, you're gonna get a lot of grainy mess. I remember there was one video I did shoot very early on in this channel's history during the night, and I thought it was quite a cool idea, but I didn't quite realize at the time the limitations of action cameras, even you know, like SLRs, mirrorless cameras, things like that, are going to struggle in the night because you haven't got that much illumination. These cameras, they are better suited, significantly better suited for daytime capture. So yeah, I was thinking about filming during the night, but I honestly don't think it would really be all that meaningful, and the viewing experience wouldn't be that great for you guys on the other side of this. But yeah, you guys, I think riding during the night, if you are nervous about it, that's totally understandable. Just take it nice and slow. Of course, go around areas that you are familiar with first before going anywhere too far. Get a little bit of confidence under your belt, get a little bit of that riding experience at night. You'll feel a lot better. You feel much more comfortable, should I say, once you've got a little bit of that experience. I mean, another thing that people do struggle with during the night is orienting themselves. Like, where are they? A lot of people, they find that it's easier to get lost during the night than it is during the day. I mean, to be honest, I don't really feel that way about it. I know my mum does. My mum seems to think that everything looks different at night than it does during the day. Not really to me, in my opinion. But you know, if my mum feels like that, then I know that there are going to be some of you out there that would feel a similar kind of way. So obviously, if you are going to ride at night, then make sure that you know where you're going, and if you do get lost, make sure you keep your phone with you so you can at least check out your sat nav or what have you, so you know where you can go to, well, find your way back or what have you. But I love getting lost on a motorcycle, just getting lost and just finding my way back. I absolutely love it. I think it's so satisfying, a lot of fun. So, because again, yeah, the things that you explore, the things that you find on your travels is just you see so amazing things. But yeah, that could be another thing there you might need to think about. But yeah, for me, you guys, I think the most difficult times of day to ride are during dusky times like this, or during dawn. I know a lot of people would ride to work or what have you in those kinds of hours, but it tends to be the late evening or afternoon dusk that is the hardest for me, or most difficult, because your vision isn't going to be quite as good, is it, as it would be if the sunlight wasn't going directly into your eyes. Of course, wearing things like sunglasses will help. I unfortunately didn't bring a pair with me today. I didn't think the dusk was going to be that bad, but it's only when you're already out and about is when you realise that you're not able to see quite as easily. But yeah, these are times of days that I find most difficult, most challenging. But again, you know, if you're struggling to see, just slow down a bit, take it easy, give yourself plenty of time to orientate yourself and put yourself in the right place. And of course, it's not going to be every single direction that you travel where the sun is going to be directly in your eyes. It's only going to be in some direction. So it's a bit like, well, wait it out kind of thing. Right, so the race course is down there. Do I want to go down to the race course? It is race week that I'm filming on today, so I don't think I want to go that way. Race week is going to be incredibly busy. But honestly, you guys, it's one of those things that might seem a little bit unnerving to begin with, but yeah, once you've got a few miles under your belt riding in the night, it really isn't that different to riding during the day. You have to adjust yourself a little bit, but it's not as much as you might think. The weather conditions play more of a role in that than the time of day for me. Well, apparently I'm on my way to the town centre of Cheltenham. I think I know my way around here, but the Cheltenham Ring Road is a maze. Trying to figure out which way you need to go to get out of town again. Getting in is easy. Getting out is, yeah, it can be quite difficult. But yeah, I think I know where I am. So yeah, it's been ages since I've been in Cheltenham town. Literally, even doing anything in Cheltenham, it's been ages since I've been in town here. Can I go down this way? Yeah, I think so. I think I know where I am. And I think I can get out this way, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I can get out here. Good. In fact, actually, do I want to be going this way? There's a different road to where I thought I was on. I don't know, we'll see where this road takes me, I don't know. But yeah, you guys, you know, just keep your wits about you when it comes to riding your motorcycles and you'll be absolutely fine. Don't overthink. I know it's hard, it's easier said than done to not overthink these things, but honestly, don't worry yourselves about it. It really isn't a big deal when all is said and done. Come on then. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, I know where I am now. But yeah, I mean, you guys let us know down in the comment section below if there have been incidents where you were riding at night, something happened, and you might, you know, you thought, so well, if I was riding during the day, that wouldn't have happened. Let me know if there's any stories like that you guys have got for me. I love hearing from you guys. But in my humble experience, I honestly don't think there's anything really too different to worry about, apart from the things that we mentioned in today's video. Things like oil slicks are going to be harder to see, but they'll be few and far between, won't they? Things like, I don't know, nails or what have you, but nails are hard to see anyway during the day, so I suppose getting things like punctures and that is it's going to be the same during the day and the night. But yeah, it's those are the kind of things that I think about. But you guys, again, yeah, let me know if there's anything else that you guys worry about when you're riding at night. But hey everybody, I've hit a little bit of traffic here, so I think I'm going to let you guys go. I'm facing the way of the sun as well. But thank you ever so much for joining us on our ride out today. I really appreciate it. And if you've learned something today, if you found this video informative, then please go ahead and leave that like, hit that subscribe button down there and that notification bell. We really appreciate it. Yeah, and as I said, let us know what you think down in the comment section below. But yeah, that'll be it for today's video, everybody. Thanks again, take care, ride safe. We'll catch you all in the next video. Have a good one.